News starts right now.
In my brother's case, he was literally thrown under the car by this DA and this justice system.
A man once charged with capital murder of a police officer got a plea deal today on a much lesser charge.
This is all involving the death of an off-duty SAISD officer who was doing security at a Southside IHOP in 2019.
Erica Hernandez spoke with the victim's relatives who are not happy with the district attorney's office.
We hold the DA accountable for this. We're very frustrated.
Dennis Martinez is not holding back after two men accused of killing his brother, SAISD officer Cliff Martinez, were both given plea deals. On December 19, 2019, Officer Martinez was doing security at the IHOP in the 700 block of Hot Wells when Alfredo Martinez Fronteras and Jorge Armando Lopez allegedly ran over Martinez as he was trying to break up a fight outside. Both men were arrested and indicted on a capital murder charge. Last November, Lopez took a 20-year plea deal on a manslaughter charge, and today, Martinez Fronteras accepted a plea on an aggravated assault of a peace officer charge for 15 years.
They just had no interest of ever pursuing these cases for whatever reasons. My assumption is it's primarily political, but we're just not happy with the plea deals that they've made.
Dennis Martinez says it was only on Friday that the prosecutor on the case told him about the latest plea deal.
He said, straight up, I'm just giving a courtesy call to let you know that we're doing this plea deal. We don't really care what the family wants.
The whole thing, Martinez says, is an injustice to his brother and all police officers in the city.
The police officers feel like they have targets on their backs. And in my brother's case, he was literally thrown under the car by this DA and this justice system.
While that plea deal was accepted today, this case is not over yet. Sentencing will be taking place next Monday. At the Kidder Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
So was justice served? Well, we received a statement within the last hour from the district attorney's office. The DA's office says there wasn't sufficient evidence to charge Martinez Contreras with capital murder of a police officer. Obviously, the family disagrees. You can read the entire DA statement right now online at KSAT.com.
The UIW community coming together today to remember a student killed in a crash late Saturday night in Selma. 22-year-old Joseph Benales was a junior nursing student and part of the ROTC program. Police responded to that crash Saturday night. Officers found Benales dead in the driver's seat with injuries to the back of his head. Police are still investigating this, but his family believes he was the victim of road rage. The university held a mass today to pray for Benales' family and to share stories about Joseph's character.
We always knew he was special to us, but it's such a blessing to see how special he was to his peers. He loves serving and leading and just helping other people, and that's so great to hear his friends say how much that he meant to them.
UIW will have grief and spiritual counselors available for students and staff.
Tonight, a 22-year-old man in custody after a road rage incident left an infant injured. It happened about 9 last night, the 7600 block of Tesla Road. It's on the northwest side. Police said the 22-year-old followed a driver aggressively with a woman and a 6-month-old baby in the car. Police said the man started shooting at another vehicle. He then dropped off the woman and child at a gas station on Tesla. Police eventually found the 22-year-old, took him into custody. The child taken to a nearby hospital after being injured by shrapnel. The man charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and endangering a child.
A man is recovering tonight after being stabbed during a fight over some money. This happened around 10 last night near the intersection of Jackson Keller and Vance Jackson. SAPD says the victim and the suspect were fighting over money owed to the victim. At some point, police say the suspect stabbed the man and ran off. He's yet to be found. That victim was taken to a nearby hospital and is expected to recover.
A foster care organization expanding rapidly throughout the state just officially opened a resource center in New Braunfels, but they want the community to know this center is not just for foster families.
Courtney Friedman explains how a one-stop shop resource center aims to prevent child abuse and neglect.
An exciting day for rural Comal County, where this brand new resource center is the only one of its kind.
Anybody who needs services or resources, it is available to them. We welcome walk-ins, and if there's something here that you need that we don't have, we are going to find it for you and do a warm handoff with a local agency or community resource.
Jackie Gonzalez is the Chief Prevention Officer for SJRC Texas, which focuses on foster care and helping families affected by abuse and neglect. Gonzalez says it's surprisingly common for a lack of basic necessities and support to quickly lead to abuse or neglect of kids at home.
Unfortunately, when families don't have the tools they need, sometimes it spirals and they end up in a situation to where they can't keep a safe home for their child.
This new SJRC Resource Center will ensure families get help before that trauma occurs.
Something unique about this resource center, it is partnering with UT Health San Antonio, which means there is an on-site clinic.
It's also a place to get free diapers, blankets, or formula, take parenting and education classes, even a mom's fitness class with instructor and mom, Monica Redout.
It's really neat to just have them be around moms who are in the same phase and kind of realize that they're not alone, no matter what they're experiencing.
Proof that the center won't just be somewhere to drop in. It will be somewhere to connect and create real support systems.
To build these strong families so that they have the tools they need so that they don't end up in the child welfare system.
Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's take a live look outside right now. 79 degrees. Another beautiful day.
I know, it's a great day to start a new week, especially when we know that Fiesta is just around the corner and we've got a medal giveaway. Adam Caskey is out live this evening.
Absolutely. He's got the hottest medal in town and, one of the hottest areas, literally, of this YMCA where he is.
Yes, but luckily this water fountain here at the YMCA is very effective for out in the heat. Check this out. Wow! It's like Old Faithful. It's perfect. You get hot, just stand in front of it and let her rip. See, they think of it all here at the YMCA, right? We're at the YMCA Henderson Pass, so near 281 and 1604. We're giving away our medals right now. Coming up later, I'll be raffling off the thermometer. We've already given some raffle prizes, and the matching thermometer will be soon, so a lot of folks are still hanging out. We're going to get to that momentarily. Weather-wise, at least we don't have the humidity, right? It's good, and it's not that hot when you look at an official temperature reading. We're around 80 degrees, but temperatures will be changing in the days ahead, especially for this weekend. A unusual temperature drop, you could say, for this time of year, especially when you think Fiesta underway this weekend. Wait till you see those temperatures. We're going to get into that and more fun in just a moment.
Can't wait. Thank you, Adam. Tickets to Fiesta going fast, by the way. You can catch the Battle of Flowers parade while being a part of our KSAT viewing party. Besides having a great seat, you get 2 tacos, a drink, and access to private restrooms. All the ticket information on KSAT.com.
Also on our website, we have everything you need to know to plan your Fiesta, event schedules, all important parking information, and how you can watch all the parades. Just scan this QR code here, and that will take you to our KSAT Fiesta homepage.
And let's check out traffic right now. We're looking at I-35 at Maine, and from this vantage point, you kind of can see the upper and lower deck, and it looks like the lower deck, a little bit of a slowdown, but no major traffic tie-ups to tell you about. But, traffic closures, no surprise in town. Always good to be prepared. Stephen Cavazos has some trouble spots you need to be aware of this week.
We are halfway through the month of April, but we can expect the work in and around the Alamo City to take us all the way up until May. But let's first get through this week. Let's talk about what's taking place on Monday. And this will actually start on April 17th. Utility work on FM 1535 Northwest Military Highway. This is going to take us all the way to the end of the work week, April 21st. The work starts pretty early at 7 in the morning and is expected to last all day up until 6 in the evening. Alternating lane closures in both directions from Loop 1604 to Huebner Road. Then that same night, we're going to see some work take place here, paving work, I-10 East Bexar County. Now, this again will also take us up to April 21st. The work begins at 9 in the evening and should wrap at 5 in the morning. So plan ahead, late night owls and early bird commuters. Single westbound main lane closures was what we'll see out there from Zoll Road to Cibolo Creek. All right, one last jump, Loop 410 over to the south side of San Antonio. Now, this has been current for a little while, that bridge repair. Now, this will begin at 8 in the morning and should wrap at 5 in the afternoon. That work should also end on Friday, April 21st. We have been seeing various main lane closures in both directions from Somerset Road to South Presa. But plan your commute ahead of time. It is a new week, so we have a new list of closures on our website. You can scan this QR code. It takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page, and we have a full list of all the current closures that are happening. So always good to know before you have to go.
It was a massive explosion. Today marks 10 years since the West Fertilizer Company explosion that killed 15 people and injured hundreds. That explosion happened after a fire started inside that plant on April 17th, 2013. Remember this video? The fire spread to another room containing 30 tons of ammonium nitrate, which detonated at 7:51 p.m. The blast registered as a 2.1 magnitude earthquake, killed 10 firefighters, 2 first responders, and 3 civilians. The blast also destroyed 2 schools, multiple homes and cars. It left a crater nearly 100 feet wide and 10 feet deep.
Today in KSAT Explains, tipping. You've seen those screens at checkouts. The cashier flips it around and gives you tip options. And here's why that's sometimes confusing or maybe even a little frustrating.
There are some opportunities that we don't need to tip, but we're often asked if we want to tip.
So what do? We break down advice on when you should tip and when to ignore the pressure, plus how those digital kiosks work. It's KSAT Explains, and it's coming up at 6:30.
Up next, the federal government's been trying to prohibit menthol in cigarettes for more than a decade now. Why health experts say that ban could save thousands of people at risk. Here's a look at what we're working on for you on the Nightbeat. One of the items we're working on, people who live in Jordanton sounding off about their skyrocketing water bills. Why the city says the bills have spiked there. We're going to see if their explanations hold water with homeowners. It's tonight on the Nightbeat. In 2009, the federal government banned almost all flavoring for tobacco products. The move designed to make smoking less attractive, especially for young people.
Now, health experts say it's time for the government to finish what it started there by banning menthol, not just in cigarettes, not just in cigars, but all smoking products. Ursula Perry with why this move could save thousands of lives, especially in one demographic at risk.
For the smoothest, most refreshing taste of any
cigarette makers first started adding menthol to their products decades ago to give smokers a minty aftertaste.
It tends to make nicotine products easier to try, so it's easier for young people or non-tobacco users to initiate with menthol products.
Ted Wagoner is the director of the Center for Tobacco Research at the Ohio State Comprehensive Cancer Center. He and his colleagues studied the addictive potential of not just the cigars and cigarettes, but all smoking products that contain menthol.
It actually changes how nicotine is metabolized in the body. And because of that, people have a tendency to have a more difficult time quitting.
Last year, the FDA announced a proposal that would ban menthol in cigarettes and cigars. Wagoner says his research shows that proposal just doesn't go far enough.
It leaves open the possibility that smokers can use menthol roll-your-own pipe tobacco and cigarette tubes to create a roll-your-own cigarette that's mentholated.
But that's a move that researchers say takes the teeth out of a proposal that is meant to improve public health. The FDA says that potentially this ban could save hundreds of thousands of lives, especially those among black smokers, 85% of whom use exclusively menthol products. The FDA is going to be looking over comments about the proposal, and it'll be making a decision about all of this in the next few months. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
Let's talk weather now. Let's talk Fiesta. Beautiful day for a medal giveaway.
Yeah, and a lot of people looking forward to maybe Thursday.
Ooh.
Fiesta,
why?
the weekend.
Thursday?
It's the official kickoff of Fiesta, Myra. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Adam Caskey joins us live now from the Henderson Pass YMCA. Adam.
Yes, and it's hard to believe that Fiesta is already this week. You know, it just comes so quickly. It's here. The party begins. And we all have a good time all season. Come on, are you having a good time this season? let's hear it. Yeah, we're just getting the party going. Pre-fiesta party. We're pre-partying is what we're doing. So take a look at our weather info from today. This was nice. I mean, earlier this morning, you step outside, you notice that crisp feel. 50 degrees this morning, and then we had a high temperature of 80. That's it. Across the state, we had highs mostly 70s to low 80s. Nothing drastic out there temperature-wise. There will be some modifications. Right now, we're still very close to our highs, down to 79 here in San Antonio. Oh, the breeze. Oh, that dry breeze. Okay, we've got our thermometer winner here, so we'll let me just pass it along to him really quickly, then we'll go graphics full screen. Here you go, sir! You got the winning raffle tickets. See, it's, we give away some good gifts and good prizes. Okay, so let's go full screen and take a look at our conditions out here and what you can expect going through this evening. Temperatures falling off, but not as drastically as previous nights. We're talking 73 at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 69, and by midnight we're at 66. Dew points are the key here. Notice how we have the drizzle late after midnight. That's because increasing humidity, increasing dew points overnight. That wind coming off the Gulf of Mexico from that surface high over Louisiana, and that's just going to reinforce and increase that mugginess, the flow off the Gulf. And that's going to lead to some drizzle and overall dampness, but also that muggy, uncomfortable feeling just through about midday Friday. Notice those rain chances rising. We'll all just about get the drizzle and that foggy dampness, but we will also have some real showers scattered in nature, 40% for the morning commute tomorrow. And our futurecast shows this very nicely as well, with some of those scattered, widely separated showers popping up, a few thunderstorms. Highest probability is going to be around the morning commute, and then those real rain chances start to fall off as we get into the afternoon. And there you have it, that 40% 7 a.m. By noon we're at 30%, 5 p.m. we're down to 20% tomorrow. So damp start to the day. Even if you don't get one of the real showers, quote unquote real, you'll still probably have some drizzle and dampness. So just prepare for that, especially if you work outdoors. And fairly cloudy tomorrow, 76, the high temperature. It's almost fiesta, and we're talking 70s. But look at this, isolated daily storm chances, Wednesday, Thursday, even on into Friday, we're talking 20 to 30% chance. So some of those, humid pop-up afternoon thunderstorms. Cold front hits on Friday. Guess what that cold front drops us to for high temperatures this weekend? 70 degrees. It is officially fiesta. Thursday evening, a strong fiesta front arrives on Friday, and it erases the humidity for the weekend and even Monday into early next week. It'll give us bright sunshine, mornings down in the 40s behind this front, and afternoons right near 70. What do y'all think of that? 70 degrees? That's almost not fiesta weather, if you ask me.
That's better than 90.
Yeah, better than 90, isn't it? So weekend fiesta events, even Friday evening fiesta events, you're going to wonder, where are we? What time of year is it? It's going to feel good. Hey, next week, my next giveaway is next week. Tuesday, I'll be in Seguin. I'll have more details to follow, but it may be at a particular car dealership that you see a lot on KSAT during the commercials. Anyway, I'll have those details coming up later. All right, really quick, Viva Fiesta on 3. 1, 2, 3. Viva Fiesta! Back to you inside.
Almost
very
party.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, so the playoffs are right around the corner for the XFL. San Antonio still has a pulse, Larry.
They sure do. So they needed to win this past weekend and have another team lose. That happened. They're facing the same scenario again. The Brahmas need to win and have the Renegades lose. And coming up, the Brahmas won thanks in large part to that young man, wide receiver Nick Hawley, and UTSA. Some of their younger players got to experience what it was like to play a game in the Dome, and that was very much needed for some of them coming up. Brahmas receiver Nick Hawley had himself a day in the team's most important game of the season in big board sports. Led by quarterback Jack Cohn, the San Antonio Brahmas offense played its best game in weeks, and with their playoff hopes on the line at that. Cohn completed 25 of 31 passes for a season-best 302 yards with a touchdown pass to help the Brahmas beat the Guardians 25-23 to keep their playoff dreams alive heading into the final week of the regular season. Receiver Nick Hawley, who joined the Brahmas 2 weeks ago, had 4 receptions for 105 yards, including catches of 44 and 34 yards, to mark San Antonio's 2 longest plays from scrimmage this season. Now his 34-yarder with 30 seconds left in the first half set up a 6-yard touchdown run by Jacquez Patrick, a catch and score that really got the Brahmas offense going.
The one we hit, before half, we definitely saw what they were doing on defense, and Nick Hawley was he was actually calling for that play, and our coach didn't even know that, and he just thought of the perfect play call for what they were running. And then the next one I hit to him, they just kind of busted the coverage a little bit, and I was able to see it. So he's added a leadership presence to our team that I think has helped a lot. He's been pretty vocal so far, and it's been a lot of fun to play with him.
Hawley was added to the Brahmas roster on April 4th, not long after being released by the Houston Roughnecks. In his first game wearing the black and yellow, he set a franchise record with those 105 receiving yards. Now, after Houston cut him, he watched their Week 7 game versus St. Louis from the stands.
I know when I got released how I felt. I actually, I drove down to Houston. I went to the Houston-St. Louis game, and I sat in the stands. And I wanted to watch it. I wanted to feel it. And I said, you know what, this is what it feels like to not be on the field. So for them to bless me with this opportunity, I couldn't be more fortunate and more grateful.
Hopefully for Hawley, he's found a home here with the Brahmas. San Antonio will host the DC Defenders Saturday at 2 p.m. live here on KSAT 12. A Brahmas win, along with the Renegades' loss, would clinch a playoff berth for Hines Ward and his guys. An estimated 7,000 fans watched the UTSA Roadrunners football spring game on Friday night at the Alamo Dome. Blue, which was offense, beat Orange defense 7-6 using a modified scoring system, awarding 2 points for both a touchdown and takeaway and 1 point for a defensive stop and a field goal. A lot of the big birds sat out, allowing the backups and younger players to shine under the bright lights of the Dome, and getting those players some experience who've never played a game at the Dome is a good thing.
Just catching punts. Willie hadn't dropped a punt, I don't know, all year outside, but now you're in the Dome and you're looking up, it's totally different. The kickoffs, he hadn't dropped a kickoff all year. You put him in that Dome, which is why we did it. My kicker, he ain't missed a kick probably all spring. And you put him in the Dome, it's just different. My snapper hadn't snapped bad much at all spring. You put him in the Dome, you got some pregame music, you got a packed home side, with fans hollering at you. It's just different.
UTSA will host 6 regular season games at the Dome, beginning with back-to-back home contests against Texas State on September 9th and Army on Friday, September 15th.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Right around the corner.
Ready for football, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. KSAT Explains tipping is up next.
All right, you've had a great meal. Mm-hmm. Maybe you got your hair cut. Mm-hmm. Maybe a car wash.
Yeah.
To tip or not to tip, that is a bigger question these days, thanks to those tablets that you see at countless registers right now.
A lot of those screens are in places or maybe for services that you might not have tipped for in the past. So what do? Here's KSAT Explains.
You're in line to order, you go to pay, and there it is, the tip option. A little screen applying some big-time pressure. And it's not just for food anymore, it's nearly everywhere.
We put it out there and let them decide for themselves.
Lori Hernandez owns Oh Yeah Cakes, a custom bakery in Southtown.
Our custom cakes take about 2 months in advance notice.
Lori knows her industry is not one where tips are expected, and yet...
I would say 80% of our customers tip.
She added the tipping option to her app checkout system after customers started asking to leave a tip.
People accidentally skip the tip part and they'll be like, oh my God. And I'm like, it's okay, you just come back.
That little tiny app that we are all very aware is every place we go. So we don't know what to do. And we feel pressured
Diane Gottsman is a national etiquette expert who happens to be based here in San Antonio and is currently fielding question after question about when to tip, including my own.
The conversation is regenerated about tipping. The technology is new because now it's everywhere. So is there a standard yet on how to handle that?
Yes. So the standard is as it has always been. The standard is going to be 15 to 20%. That's a standard.
But, and this is the reason for the confusion and yes, sometimes the frustration when it comes to tipping.
There are some opportunities that we don't need to tip, but we're often asked if we want to tip.
Let's say you go to a frozen yogurt shop. You fill your cup, you add the toppings, you go to pay, and then you're given tip options on that little screen. Or you go to a restaurant where everyone knows you should tip for service, but you buy a t-shirt at the checkout and still get the tip options. In those examples,
so that's not really tip worthy. That is just an exchange of a product. It's just like you're going to one of the department stores, you're buying a piece of clothing and you're out.
Tipping comes down to one word for Gottsman: discretionary. She says to think about the service provided to you. Is it a black cup of coffee or a latte made to your liking? Or maybe your order wasn't complicated, but the service was great.
We get to choose. We get to decide who gets a tip and who doesn't. A tip jar is the same thing as a tip app. And there was no obligation with this tip jar.
So why then does tipping seem more confusing now, more high stakes? Well, these apps added a little psychology to the mix.
Now we have options. Now we think someone is watching us behind us. We know the person in front of us potentially is watching us and is certainly going to know what we left when we walk away. So that app feels more, it just feels more awkward.
Tipping itself has been around a long time.
It started actually in Tudor, England. When people would visit homes, they would give tips to the servants in the home that they were staying at. And then it spread to restaurants and other parts of Europe. And then it got imported to the United States.
While thought of as a very American thing to do today, tipping wasn't always widely accepted in the U.S. There was once an anti-tipping movement.
And so like 6 states passed laws banning tipping. And they were in the early 1900s. And then what happened was there were laws repealing it. And so by the 1920s, there were no states that were banning tipping.
Trinity economics professor David McPherson has researched the effect of the tip minimum on employment. In Texas, there's something called a tipped wage.
It's $2.13 an hour.
Yes, $2.13 an hour.
But you have to have enough tips to get to $7.25, and if there's a shortfall, then the employer is supposed to make up the difference.
That tipped wage is essentially an hourly rate that you receive, that as long as you have tips that bring you at least above minimum wage, that is something that will then allow you to go as high as, on average right now, the average restaurant frontline waiter, wait staff member is earning $27 an hour.
So tips are a huge part of earnings for those in the service and hospitality industry, and they're up.
Square reported just last quarter that tipping was up about 16.5%.
That's for full service restaurants compared to the year before. Tips were up nearly 16% for quick service restaurants. Square is one of the platforms used on these digital point of sale systems. It's what Lori Hernandez uses in her bakery. And yes, there is a fee for that. That fee is a percentage of every transaction, and it's based on the total, including the tip. So the higher the tip, the higher the total, and the higher the fee businesses pay for this digital service.
That little app does have some value because many people don't carry cash. And without that piece of technology, we couldn't use our credit card.
For Lori, it's not just more money in the bank, it's more money to offset rising costs that we're all feeling.
COVID's kind of died down, but inflation is really killing us.
The basic business model is rent is up 20%, food cost is up double digit, and labor is up double digit. On a very narrow margin business, that's tough.
What's also up in some cases is the percentages in these tip options.
I was just at a coffee shop where they had to start it at 20 and then they have 25 and 30 as your options.
Technology is making tipping easier when you don't have cash, but in some cases, it's helping generate bigger tips too.
And it clearly matters. It definitely does increase the size of tips.
There's a learning curve with any new technology, and digital tipping may be no exception.
I think we're definitely in a period where that is going to sort itself out, and the consumer in the end will make that choice as this technology continues to evolve.
How much you tip is a choice, and that's what Gottsman says to remember.
If they go above and beyond, they call you by name, they're gracious, they're friendly, they make your day better, you make their day better, and you want to tip, please do. The word discretionary keeps coming up because that's what this is.
$5.75. I wouldn't feel pressured. I tell my customers all the time, like I said, when it gets to the tip screen, hey, like, feel free to skip that. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't.
Now, I asked our etiquette expert if there's an area where people should be tipping that we don't normally think about. Her answer was yes. She said pet groomers. So there's a different kind of tip. You can watch any KSAT Explains story on demand by scanning this QR code or go to KSAT.com or check us out on the KSAT YouTube channel. We'll be right back.